The camera caught it all. Jasmine Crockett's eyes, steady and unflinching, burned into the screen as her voice sliced through the tense studio air. "You're a national embarrassment, Mr. Trump, and the world is watching." For a split second, silence. Then Trump's face twisted, red, jaw tight, finger jabbing at the camera. "Low IQ! Low IQ! That's all you are!" he thundered. The hosts froze. Viewers at home gasped. Crockett didn't flinch. She leaned forward, her voice calm but lethal. Funny, coming from a man who can't spell honor in his own tweets. Trump's mic crackled as he shouted over her words. The producers scrambled, their headsets a flurry of panicked voices. "Cut his feed, or let it roll. This is gold." But Crockett wasn't done. Her next words would ignite a firestorm no one could put out. "If you're so confident, let's take an IQ test. Live. America deserves to know." The studio exploded, hosts yelling, phones lighting up, Trump's furious rant echoing across the nation. And then, a chilling pause. Trump's eyes narrowed. His next move would change everything. 3 hours later, Trump's Truth Social post hit like a nuclear bomb. "Jasmine Crockett, low IQ leftist, total disgrace. Should stick to doing hair, not politics. Sad." The words dripped with contempt. But Crockett, she didn't break. Instead, she shared a screenshot, captioned simply, "Your panic is showing. I'll wait for your IQ test date." Twitter exploded. IQ challenge trended worldwide. Late-night hosts played the clips on loop, Kimmel laughing so hard he cried. But behind Crockett's brave smile, her phone buzzed nonstop with threats. Private numbers, hateful voicemails. "You'll regret crossing him," one whispered before hanging up. Her team urged her to lay low, but Crockett shook her head. "If I flinch now, every woman watching will think we're supposed to." The next morning, she walked into Meet the Press studios, wearing a bold red dress like armor. She had no idea Trump's team was plotting to ambush her live, and America was about to see just how far they'd go. The interview began calmly, until the host's earpiece buzzed. He paled. "Breaking. Former President Trump has called in. He wants to respond directly." Crockett didn't flinch. She adjusted her mic, heart pounding but voice steady. Trump's voice boomed in seconds. "Crockett, you're a fraud. You couldn't pass a third-grade spelling bee, let alone an IQ test." The studio tensed. Crockett took a slow breath. "You know what's really sad? You're fighting a woman half your age because you can't fight your own indictments." A sharp intake of breath from the audience. Then she added softly, "The world is watching you lose your cool again." Trump shouted something incoherent before the line went dead. But Crockett wasn't smiling now. Her phone vibrated again. This time a chilling text. "Stop, or you're next." Her staff looked at her in horror. "Jasmine, they're threatening your life. Maybe it's time to—" She interrupted firmly. "No. If I stop now, he wins. And I won't let that happen." But she didn't know. The next threat wouldn't come by phone. It would be waiting at her front door. The sound was faint at first. 3 soft knocks against her door. Jasmine froze, gripping her coffee mug tighter. It was midnight. No one visited unannounced at this hour. Her phone buzzed again. Another text. "We warned you." She crept to the door, peeking through the peephole. A shadowy figure stood there, motionless. "Who's there?" she demanded, her voice cracking slightly. No response. Just silence. Then, a folded piece of paper slid under the door. Footsteps faded into the night. Jasmine stared at the paper. Her fingers trembled as she picked it up. 4 words scrawled in messy black ink. "Last chance. Walk away." Her staffer, Deja, found her still standing there minutes later. "Jasmine, you can't face this alone. Let the FBI handle it." But Jasmine's eyes burned with determination. No, this isn't just about me anymore. This is about every woman, every voter Trump's tried to silence. What she didn't know was that someone inside her own circle was already feeding her every move to Trump's team. The next morning, Jasmine sat with her legal advisor, reviewing security options. But her phone pinged with a headline that made her stomach drop. Exclusive. Leaked texts suggest Crockett fabricated IQ challenge for clout. Her hands shook. What? That's a lie. Screenshots flooded social media. Her private conversations, some altered, some real, now weaponized against her. Only a handful of people had access to those messages. Deja's voice cracked. Jess, do you think someone on our team? Before she could finish, Jasmine's other aide, Marcus, barged in. Trump's camp is saying they have a recording of you admitting you can't beat him in a debate. They're airing it tonight. Jasmine's heart sank. I never said that. I never said that. But deep down, dread settled in. One of her own had betrayed her, and unless she exposed them fast, her entire career and her safety would collapse. That night, the network aired the recording. A doctored clip played of Jasmine's voice saying, "He's too powerful. I can't win against him." The internet erupted. Hashtags like Josh Crockett exposed trended. Late-night hosts turned vicious. Even allies began to doubt her. But Jasmine, she didn't cry. She didn't run. Instead, she called a press conference. Standing before flashing cameras, her voice steady, she said, "This is what they do. They smear. They threaten. They lie. But I'm still here. I won't back down because I refuse to live in a country where bullies win." Thunderous applause broke out from supporters outside. But as Jasmine stepped off the podium, a security agent whispered in her ear, "Ma'am, there's credible intel they're planning something bigger. You need to go into hiding." She shook her head. "No, I need to go live, right now." Her next broadcast would either redeem her or destroy her for good. The studio was silent except for Jasmine's steady breathing. Cameras rolled. Her team watched from behind the glass. Anxiety etched into every face. To everyone watching, "I know they want me to disappear. I know they want me scared. But I'm not going anywhere." As she spoke, live comments poured in. Supporters flooded the feed with hearts. Trolls with venom. Halfway through, her producer's face went pale. A note slid under the control room door. 4 chilling words. "Stop her, or else." Jasmine's voice wavered for the first time. "They've threatened my life. They've attacked my family, but hear me when I say, silence isn't safety, it's surrender." Suddenly, a loud crash outside the studio. Security rushed to lock doors. Jasmine kept speaking, her voice rising. "And to Donald Trump, if you think bullying me will save you from accountability, you're dead wrong." A gunshot echoed outside the building. Viewers at home froze. The feed flickered, then went black. Trump's team pounced immediately. His Truth Social post read, "Crockett's fake assassination? Pathetic. Another leftist hoax to play victim. Sad." Fox News replayed the blackout footage endlessly, calling it political theater. But supporters held vigils outside Jasmine's home, refusing to believe she staged anything. Inside a secured bunker, Jasmine's hands trembled. She wasn't safe, not even there. A security agent whispered, "We've confirmed it, ma'am. The shooter was sent by a private contractor, tied to Trump's associates." Jasmine's breath hitched. "He's trying to erase me." Deja placed a hand on her shoulder. "Then we hit back harder. America needs to see the real Donald Trump." But Marcus, pacing in the corner, shook his head. "Or you're signing your own death warrant." She turned to them both, her eyes fierce. "Then let them come. But I'm not running." That night, Jasmine released a raw video filmed on her phone. No studio lights, no makeup, just her in the darkened bunker. They tried to silence me, tried to take me out, but I'm still here." Her voice cracked with emotion. "This isn't about me anymore. It's about every American who's been told to sit down and shut up. I'm standing up for them." The video went viral within hours. Celebrities shared it. Young voters flooded TikTok with "Friar Stand with Crockett." But in the shadows, a figure watched the video silently. A private message pinged on his encrypted phone. "The contract failed. Plan B?" He replied with 2 words, "Yes, now." Jasmine had no idea her greatest test was yet to come, and this time there'd be no warning knock at the door. The night felt too quiet. Inside the bunker, Jasmine sat cross-legged on the cold floor, scrolling through messages of support. But deep down, she felt it. Something was coming. Her security chief burst in, breathless. "We have to move now. They've breached our perimeter." Jasmine's heart pounded. "How? This place is classified." A single word froze the room. "Marcus." Deja's eyes widened. "Marcus? No, he's been with us since day one." But Jasmine's blood ran cold. She remembered the leaked texts, the doctored audio. She whispered, "He fed them everything." Outside, black SUVs screeched into view. Armed men in tactical gear poured out. Jasmine grabbed Deja's hand. "We don't run, we expose them." The power cut suddenly. Darkness swallowed the room. Then a voice echoed over a loudspeaker. "Come out, Jasmine, or we come in." With only her phone light guiding her, Jasmine crept toward the bunker exit. A familiar silhouette appeared in the doorway. Marcus. "Jasmine." "I didn't want it to end like this," he said, tears streaking his face. "Why, Marcus? After everything?" "They have my family. You don't understand." "No, you don't understand." Her voice shook. "You sold out every woman who ever believed in me. You sold out yourself." Before Marcus could answer, a flash grenade clattered into the room. Jasmine tackled Deja to the floor as a deafening blast ripped through the air. When she opened her eyes, Marcus was gone. But on the ground lay his phone, screen still lit with a text from an unknown number. "She dies tonight, or you do." The team fled through a maintenance tunnel. Jasmine's lungs burned, her mind racing. How do you stay ahead of an enemy with unlimited resources and your own people turning against you? Suddenly, a figure blocked the tunnel exit. A masked man raised his rifle. "End of the line, Crockett!" Deja screamed. Jasmine stepped forward, hands trembling but defiant. "Do it, but know this, America will see everything." The man hesitated. Then a distant voice crackled over his earpiece. "Abort. She's more valuable alive, for now." He vanished into the shadows. Jasmine collapsed to her knees, gasping. "They're not trying to kill me. They're trying to destroy me from the inside." Deja helped her up. "So what now?" Jasmine wiped her tears, fire blazing in her eyes. "Now we fight back, and we don't stop until every truth is out there." But she didn't know. The next phase wasn't just political. It was personal, and it would break her in ways bullets never could. Jasmine's hands shook as she stared at the files on Deja's laptop. Hidden in a maze of shell companies was a name she never expected. Ivanka Trump. Millions transferred offshore. Dates lining up with key White House decisions. Jasmine whispered, almost in disbelief. They weren't just making deals. They were selling out America. Deja warned her. "If you air this, they won't just come for you. They'll bury your family too." But Jasmine's resolve hardened. That night, she went live again, this time with 20 million people watching. "To the American people, I have evidence your former president's family profited off your pain. This isn't politics. This is treason." As the files displayed, the internet erupted. Hashtags. Trump treason and Crockett truth dominated every platform. But in the shadows, a call went out. "End this. permanently. The next morning, Jasmine's sister Amara called from Houston. "Stay strong, Jazz. We're all so proud of you." It would be their last conversation. Hours later, Jasmine's phone buzzed with a news alert. Breaking. Car crash kills Amara Crockett in Houston. Foul play suspected. Jasmine dropped to her knees, the world spinning. Deja tried to steady her. "It's him. He's sending you a message." Tears streamed down Jasmine's face. "They didn't just kill my sister. They killed the only reason I stayed quiet all these years." That night, Jasmine posted a video. No press team, no edits, just raw pain. "They've taken my sister, but I promise you, this fight doesn't end until the truth burns them down." The clip shattered records, but Trump's camp wasn't done. Their next move would force Jasmine into an impossible choice: her life or the truth. As Jasmine prepared to leave for a rally, a black SUV swerved in front of her car. Armed men dragged her out, blindfolding her. "You've got two options," a cold voice said. "Withdraw every accusation and disappear quietly, or your mother's next." Jasmine's heart raced. "You're cowards. Every threat only makes me louder." Suddenly, gunfire echoed nearby. Her security team had found them. In the chaos, Jasmine broke free, sprinting barefoot through the woods. Branches tore at her skin, but she didn't stop. By dawn, she emerged on a deserted highway, battered and bloodied, but alive. Deja pulled up in a van, tears streaming. "We thought we lost you." Jasmine climbed in, whispering, "They think I'm broken, but I'm just getting started." What she didn't know was that Trump himself had just gone live, with one last brutal card to play. The world watched as Jasmine Crockett stepped into the federal courtroom. Cameras lined the streets. Protesters and supporters clashed outside. Trump sat smugly across from her, flanked by his legal army. His eyes burned with cold hatred. "This ends today, Crockett," he hissed. She ignored him. Instead, Jasmine took the stand. Her voice wavered at first, but grew stronger with every word. "This isn't about politics. This is about power. How it corrupts, how it silences, how it kills." She presented the evidence, the offshore accounts, the leaked emails, the recordings Marcus sent her before vanishing. The courtroom gasped. Trump's lawyer shouted objections, but the judge's gavel slammed down. "Overruled. Continue." As Jasmine spoke, tears streamed down her face. Images of Amara flashed in her mind. This was for her. Suddenly, Trump rose, slamming his fist on the table. "This is a witch hunt. She's lying." But Jasmine didn't flinch. "You called me low IQ. Today I call you what history will: a national embarrassment." The crowd outside roared. The trial dragged into the night. Jasmine's team begged her to rest, but she refused. At 3 a.m., her phone buzzed. A video played, her mother tied to a chair, a masked man standing behind her. "Withdraw, or she dies." Jasmine collapsed to her knees. Deja held her as sobs racked her body. "Jazz, it's not your fault." But Jasmine whispered through clenched teeth, "They've taken everything, not her too." She wiped her tears and turned to her lawyer. "Get me back on that stand." The next morning she faced the cameras once more. "If I don't make it home alive, let this testimony be my legacy. America deserves to know the truth, even if it kills me." Her words went viral instantly. Millions watched, holding their breath. The verdict came down at sunset. The courtroom fell silent as the judge spoke. "We find the defendant guilty on all counts." Trump's face twisted in rage as officers approached. "You can't do this. I'm the president." But Jasmine barely heard him. Her phone vibrated with a new message. She's safe, for now. Her mother's photo appeared, alive. Jasmine collapsed into Deja's arms, sobbing with relief. Outside, millions gathered. Candles lit up the night. People chanted her name. She stepped onto the courthouse steps, voice shaking but resolute. This victory isn't mine. It's yours. It's every woman who's been silenced, every voter who's been lied to. Today we proved, bullies don't win. Truth does. The crowd erupted. Tears streamed down faces worldwide. For the first time in months, Jasmine smiled. And to those still fighting, don't stop. You're stronger than you think. If this story moved you, if you believe in standing up no matter the cost, please like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. Together, we're unstoppable.